Hey there, I'm Rune and welcome to the second episode of my new series where I tried to fully combo every borough in BRC Cyberfunk. Last time, I successfully full comboed the entirety of the Hideout and Versum Hill. Today, we move on to the second borough and the main hotspot in all of New Amsterdam, Millienum Square. But before we get into that, let's go over the rules of this challenge again. The rules are simple. I have to hit all hard corners, billboards or vehicles, and half pipes in every level of BRC in one continuous combo. I have a couple of things to talk about since the last video though. Previously, I had mentioned that there was no superior style to use for this challenge, but it turns out that I was wrong. The difference between the three move styles that I found out was that every move style has different speeds when manualing. Manualing is when you hold down your trigger button to roll or slide on flat ground, continuing your combo. And this is very crucial for a challenge like this, especially when it comes to the later stages. After some testing, I had found out that the bicycle is the one that can manual the longest out of the three styles. However, it was just by a small margin over the skateboard. That being said, I'm probably still going to be using the skateboard, considering that it is the only style with the most useful ability out of the other three. That being gaining more height from using these fire hydrants around the map. So moving forward, I'll be using the skateboard for the rest of the other boroughs. As for the last thing I want to mention, I'd appreciate if you guys could like the video and comment below your favorite character or borough in BRC as well. I love reading all of you guys' comments and it really makes me happy to see you guys show some love for these videos as they take me a while to put together. But with that out of the way, let's get started, shall we? Wait a second. I think I should probably get a new change of clothes. I'll be right back. That's better. Is it weird that I'm in the mood for some fishing now? Millienum Square is the second borough you're asked to conquer after beating the Franks in Versum Hill. This borough is the heart of New Amsterdam and connects all the other boroughs together. With it being such a massive space, you'd think it'd be pretty hard to full combo this area. But to my surprise, it was actually easier than Versum. I actually believe it's the easiest borough to combo out of all the other ones too, excluding the Hideout of course. That being said, it still took a while to get this place fully tricked out though. But let's get into it. I started at the entrance coming from Versum Hill, and with no loading areas or places locked behind progression in sight, I was free to start my combo anywhere. I opted to start with these rails in front of the parking garage, but then I realized we might have a problem with them. Remember the one instance where we got an extra hard corner from one of the rails in the Hideout? Well, it seems like these three specific curves also have that exact same issue here. If I hit any of these turns with a specific speed, I will sometimes gain multipliers despite the curves not looking like I should give them out at all. And sometimes I will just not get any of these hard corners depending on how fast I go. And because of how inconsistent these corners are, I'm probably going to have to skip them entirely. But I figured we'd still count them anyways. So to circumvent this issue, I'll be counting each curve as one whole multiplier. That means we'll have at least 3 multipliers to add to our score. I'm going to ignore these 3 turns, and then we're going to add 3 to the final score at the end of this challenge. With that out of the way, let's actually start comboing. So I decided to work my way towards the right side, heading over to the area near this half pipe. There's a section that's only accessible via this small tunnel that you slide under that houses 2 more half pipes. This part is really scary because if you aren't careful, you can lose your combo if you don't hit the tunnel on the way back with a lot of speed. This wasn't a problem for me though, because I'm an absolute pro at this game. I carry on and continue working on this area. I tried so hard to optimize the best route for this run, but I just could not stop myself from backtracking, especially whenever I accidentally missed a corner and had to go back to get it multiple times. After a while, once I deemed everything on the right side of Millienum was finished, I backtracked towards the start of the stage and began working on the left side. The only part of this side that I was really worried about was this little cove area where there's a half pipe here. Getting in is fine, but getting out is a bit of a problem. In order to keep my combo, I have to jump on on top of the dumpster, manual into the wall, and then ledge grab to get back out. I was sweating a bit when I got here, but I managed to handle it with no issues. Some wire grinds and even more backtracking later, I finally reached the center part of the square. I begin my ascent up the main tower and start heading over to the heaven spot. Once I get the rectangle of corners at the top done, I jump some gaps over to the final bits of rails and billboards. Upon completing this, I have fully comboed Millienum Square with a total of 88 multipliers, and adding the 3 curves at the front of the parking lot gives us a grand total of 91 multipliers in Millienum Square altogether. Overall, probably the smallest borough in terms of multipliers, which isn't really surprising. There's not that many points of interest or obstacles here, but that's due to this area being a place the player will frequent a lot throughout the story. The game only has this place serve as a hub area for the story. You don't battle any team here, and the combo requirement for you to unlock DJ Cyber is around 1 million points as well. So I understand why this borough has a smaller number than the rest. But that's it for Millienum Square. Thank you to those of you who have watched this video all the way through, and I'll be sure to get started on the next borough, Brink Terminal, as soon as I can. Be sure to leave a like below and subscribe to see more BRC content. I'm Ruin, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.